Welcome everyone to some more Genshin Impact. And today, I'll be doing some more world quests. Specifically the one that you see over there, as well as some other ones that I would like to do during this stream. And we're gonna get immediately started on it. So, let's do that. Oh, and before I forget, I did explore Elenas, like a little more after last stream, and I actually unlocked this thing, and it is related to the enigmatic pages, and hopefully, if there's some time, I will be doing this as well. But for now, let's do this world quest and go from there. Okay. I must say, the weather today is simply wonderful. You are quite the beautiful young lady. Virgil, at your service. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Aya at your service. Or, I'm Aya, and my companion is called Paimon. Hello, Virgil! Such elegant names. Welcome to the Court of Fontaine. It is truly an honor to meet the two of you here. Paimon can't stand much more of this. How did you know we're not from Fontaine? With a glance, it is obvious that you're unsatisfied with being bathed in the soft lights of the city, but feel the call of the wind, of the wild, which will never be illuminated by bright city lights. Yes, just like the heroes in the operas. Yeah, that's totally true. Aya is an adventurer too. Ad Astra Avisosk and all that jazz. I knew it. Those of the adventurers this guild are beggarly. Beggarly? Courageous warriors begging with all their heart to unlock the deepest mysteries of the world. They wake with their eyes to the stars above and sleep with their back to the abyss below. Where there is an unknown domain, there is an adventurer who simply must explore it. Bravery bursting beyond the brim. Okay. I could not help but notice how your gaze is focused on many things. Perhaps you wish to study our sublime arts, our intricate clockwork mecha, or our advanced civic culture. The last option. Meh, it's okay, I guess. Oh well, our options are interesting. Truly, the decorations adorning your magnificent city are sublime. Clockwork mecha are exquisitely and intricately designed. The civic culture of your citizenry is simply divine. I'll pick this one. Amazing! Paimon didn't even notice the decorations. But Paimon did notice that Fontaine has a ton of delicious foods that she's never seen anywhere else. Not bad, isn't it? We have a long and glorious tradition of gourmet culture in Fontaine. Naturally, the two of you must often take your meals in the great outdoors, and thus are unfortunately limited in your ability to sample the breadth of Fontaine's superb cuisine. Unable to experience the luxurious richness that is leisurely afternoon tea with a few pastries? You don't look that rich. I've had more of a chance to sample cuisine than you'd think. Or, I'm listening. Why not? Okay. Most excellent. My two exceptional friends. Have you heard of the Lilia Cruz's treasure? Nope, haven't heard of it. Then please, allow me to explain. This is a legend of a lost treasure that has been passed down in Fontaine for centuries. Once, there was a secret society called the Lilia Cruces Forum that was able to attract a great many of the rich and influential. Though they humbly called themselves a forum, their actual plan was to overthrow Fontaine itself. In the end, their conspiracy was exposed, and the distinguished members of the forum engaged in a thrilling battle with the Maison Gardenage, but were ultimately defeated in the climatic showdown. However, my dear friends, you must know that they were once the richest and most famous of all Fontaine, and they must have gathered a tremendous amount of wealth. Yeah, they definitely did, and they must have a huge treasure vault somewhere. And when you open it, whoa! It's overflowing with nothing but gold, shining like the sun. Correct. They wish to overthrow our beautiful Fontaine, and to do so, they must have amassed a fortune so vast that they could literally be said to have more money than Morax. However, this wealth was never found. So that means that as long as we can find the Lilia Crus's treasure, we'll also be filthy rich. Excellent deduction, my dear Paimon. With that fortune and control of synth... okay, you're suspicious. Anyway, after a lengthy investigation, I have discovered the location of the Lilia Cruces Forum's headquarters. It can be found amidst the underwater ruins outside the city. Really? What do you think? My dear Paimon, Aya, I hereby sincerely extend an invitation to both of you to become my partners and dive beneath the waves to search for the lost treasure. Even though Fontaine's water is different from elsewhere, Paimon can never forget how she was drowning before being rescued by you. Never fear, I am here. Yeah, you'll save Paimon again for sure. If that's settled, please allow me to prepare diving equipment for the two of you. I should have the correct sizes. There's no need. Ah, yes, I remember. Vision holders may dive freely in our waters. But if it's you, dear Aya... Of course, I do not doubt your abilities. Aya is a famed adventurer, and she must be very aware of her limits. But it just so happens that I do not share the same capabilities, so I will have to rely on our homegrown technology to keep myself safe. Alive. Be that as it may, shall we begin? Sure. Yes, please lead the way. Your wish is my command. Please, follow me. Our destination is not far from the court of Fontaine. Okay. We're going to the destination. Wow! It looks so heavy and so hot and stuffy. Actually, you can place mist flowers wrapped in cloth inside to lower the temperature. As for the weight, well, just put it underwater. There's no time for delay. Let's go, my friends. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna fix my mic because it's a little far away. Okay, so we're going to search for clues. Okay, let's go. Oh, textures. investigating some boxes, it looks like. This is Fontanian culture too. Oh, we're going this way. Okay, more stuff. Yeah, ruins. Alright. Okay, absorb the Hunter's Ray ability. Okay, let's grab it. Oh, there's this thing here. Oh dear. Oh, I found the key. Here, let's go see this real quick. Okay, I know how to use the skill game. You don't have to tell me the tutorial. It's kind of weird how this is here. Because there's nothing else that I could see that would be related to this. I don't even understand that one. Okay, let's go. Oh, and we also have to do this. It's weird to get a tutorial about how to use this ability when I have used it for like a while now, since I haven't done the world quest for like a bit. Oh, come on. How did I miss? I saw another thing. Okay, never mind. This, get this. There we go. Here we go. This is where we put the key. Because I remember checking this out and I knew I saw this and yeah, and I couldn't enter it. But I knew it had to be quest related because the key couldn't be found. Okay, now we can see this place for the first time. Yep, a whole underground ruins. Oh, I should look around. Yeah, let's look around and see what's here. Oh dear. There we go. Oh yeah, also Fremine's materials were revealed, so I am slowly trying to collect the stuff so, you know, I can prepare for Fremine when I get him, hopefully. Oh yeah, and speaking of which, yeah, so yeah, the new post, alright, I haven't mentioned it. So yeah, like the official Genshin's account posted the 3 Fontaine siblings stuff again. And first, when I woke up this morning, I thought it was just like some weird error they probably made, but then it turns out it was like related to the Fatui stuff that they're a part of. And Yeah, it's interesting to know. Okay, let's see. Alright, the rest of the Hydroculuses are here. Let's see. Where is it? Should be over here. Oh no. There it is. There's one. Okay, let's go mark this down. Also, I have 3 left to get. Like the last 3 in this update. Okay, let's do this. Alright, I want to make sure I check each and every one of these like points. Because the last 3 enigmatic pages are here as well. Okay, let's see. I think we're good for now. Let's keep going. Teleport point. Yeah, these things are from Sumeru. Oh. Okay, leave the water. Okay. How will we open that door and proceed onward? Oh, so this is the forum you were talking about. There are so many books everywhere. They must really have been dedicated to studying and conducting research. Paimon would never have guessed that they were a secret society plotting to overthrow the government of Fontaine. As the saying goes, dear Paimon, knowledge is power. This is especially true for the Lilia Cruces Forum. You should understand that with great knowledge comes great power. And once great power is yours to command, there will only be one path left to you. Paimon doesn't think that logic really holds water, but you're the local, not Paimon, so Paimon will trust you know what you're talking about and leave it at that. They seem to have been researching some amazing things though, and we've already seen plenty of stuff that obviously isn't from here on the way. These things are pretty annoying. Last time we saw them was in the deserts of Sumeru. Well, knowing their extensive resources, it couldn't have been too hard for them to get their hands on these kinds of things. After all, this is the fabulously wealthy Lilia Cruces Forum we're talking about here. But we've also explored a lot of domains and seen more than our fair share of cool things during our adventures. Is that so? Then I presume you've also found a lot of treasure? You presume correctly. Enough to cover our travel expenses. fascinating. I mean, what a terrific achievement. I expected nothing less from the two of you. It's too bad that this place is completely flooded. It really feels like a lot happened here, and they made a lot of important discoveries. The water levels of Fontaine have risen before, and according to the folks at the Fontaine Research Institute, they will rise again in the future. Perhaps one day all of Fontaine will disappear beneath the waves. That'd be terrible! All that delicious food, drowned and lost forever. Anyway, let's hope nothing like that will happen in the future. The future? Who cares about that? I'll be dead long before then, so why should I worry about the people alive then? What do the people in Fontaine of the future have to do with me? I would pay my respects to my family and friends. After all, they raised me and have done many things for me. But have the people of the future done anything for you, for me? So what do we owe them? Isn't that right? That's pretty extreme. Ahem. That's what I might have said about the issue of flooding if I lacked both patriotism and a sense of civic responsibility. Pretty abominable. Anyway, sorry for digressing. There should be a way to open the door below. Let's take a look around to see if there are any clues or keys. I'll also try to see if I can find anything in the associated files, my dear friends. Alright. Oh. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. Enigmatic page 4. Oh, I see what we had to do. There you go. Brilliant! Now we can continue further into the Institute's depths, as expected of a seasoned adventurer. Eh? Aren't we investigating the forum? So is it a forum or an institute? Sorry, I misspoke. And forgive me for asking this out of the blue, but did either of you ever run into anyone who was looking for me? Or did you tell anyone else about our encounter? Paimon doesn't think so. What's wrong, Virgil? Do you owe someone a ton of Mora? No, of course not. It just occurred to me that I should let you know that there are many greedy goons who are also after the Lilia Crucis Forum's secret treasure. They're very different from us. They're willing to do anything to achieve their goals. So I've always refused to work with them. As I know the most about the treasure's whereabouts, they have me in their sights. I've spent a long time hiding from their prying eyes and looking for partners I can trust. It is my luck to have finally met you two, my dearest friends. So that's what's going on. In any case, I'm just relieved to hear that you never told anyone else about me. Phew. I just know I picked the right people to be my partners. Only your best friends can be relied on to keep your secrets. Yep. Don't worry, Virgil. We won't tell anyone else about you. I have complete confidence in you that you will never ever tell another soul about me. Let's go. The treasure is waiting for us. Yep. Here we come Come, treasure.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay, mark that down. No.
Okay, let's see.
Oh.
Oh, okay, we do have one of these. Two of them.
Oh yeah, for this kind of thing, I realized how to do it.
I actually had to look at, like, through, like, the discussions on Discord.
To figure out that, okay, if I... Yeah, you have to...
Yeah, you have to hit the points at the same time.
Yeah, I guess we could... Oh, give me a second.
A reward on the road.
Okay, I'll do more investigation later.
Gotcha! Check this out!
Good heavens, Aya, you certainly have a way with these mecha. Yeah, we managed to be getting close. We must be getting close to the treasure. After all, we've already run into the guards. Though Fontaine's achievements are as numerous and dazzling as the stars in the sky, the clockwork mecha are undoubtedly the most exquisite of them all. Though perhaps I shouldn't overpraise. One of the most exquisite. You must have traveled via Aquabus when you visited the court, correct? Tell me, you've seen the intricate steambird as well. In Fontaine, even blacksmithing is done by mecha. Why, the Maison Garden Edge didn't even have to lift a finger to beat me up. They just sent out some Gardamex. It hurt so much, there was no choice but to submit. Beat you up? I mean, beat up the bad guys. Why would they ever beat me up? Yeah, you're totally not suspicious. Yes.
He is suspicious.
Anyways. Well, if mecha are already so advanced, then surely the people of Fontaine don't need to do anything for themselves anymore and can just leave everything to machines. That's a good one, my dear friend. You're just adorable. It's a lot cheaper to hire a human than buy a clockwork mecha. Or to put it another way, no one and nothing can infringe on a Fontaine citizen's right to work. Paimon, why don't you show him that trick of yours again? Beep. Construct. Beep. How fascinating. In any case, though, I think everyone would agree that humans and machines are not the same. Though, all the places we've been have their own charm, too. It's not like Fontaine is just better than everywhere else, right? My friend, surely you can't be serious. How can there be any place in Teyvat that's better than Fontaine? Paimon was just trying to say that other places are also really special, too. Virgil, have you ever set foot outside of Fontaine? My dearest Paimon, you should know that there's an old saying in Fontaine. All waters lead to Fontaine. It's not the people of Fontaine who should go out and see the world. but all the world who should come and witness Fontaine's glory. Don't get it backwards.
Do people really say that?
Of course they do. Anyway, my friends, why don't we keep going? The treasure's still waiting for us deep inside these ruins.
Yeah, let's go, Aya.
Alright. I have to keep looking for the pages. Oh.
Into the wind.
I did not expect this. Ancient log. Following Guillotine's instructions, the research went well. We've created a clockwork mecha that can release energy. To be honest, we no longer need to call it a clockwork machine as it doesn't rely on elastic potential. It'll be compelling to see what results he achieves next in kinematics. There's no way old-fashioned clockwork mecha can withstand such power output. Even young geniuses must stumble now and then. The thought of using this sort of unstable energy source is impressive. Though we have long observed these unique energies in Fontaine's atmosphere, water, and organisms, it has always been regarded as a latent threat rather than a potential resource. Aren't there a few young geniuses too many nowadays? The director's pleased, sure, but won't someone spare a thought for us ordinary people? I mean, not all of us are as simple-minded as Scarabæus. It received a very high rating. If the patent were to be granted, the potential financial gain would be considerable. However, I decided to decline the opportunity because the machine was practically all Guillotine's work, and I can take no credit there. My family was quite angry about it, but as an engineer, one must have at least a little dignity and self-awareness. Still making improvements, and output efficiency has increased. Seems to have been specially recruited. That's good. Had he continued that line of research, who knows what horrors he might have unleashed. At this stage, we have to pull out. The director says everyone will be given a position and research resources after reconstruction. But I'm afraid if it were me, I would use this as an excuse for a major shakeup. People like me won't get recalled anyway. Never mind. I've been pretty happy these past few days. I guess I'll consider it my retirement. I'll go to the city and open a small workshop, repairing watches for folks, cameras too. Right, I'll see if I can make a waterproof clock. With the way things are going, I might make a killing in the future. Huh, interesting. Could this person be related to, the owner of that clockwork shop, I think? Anyways, Wait, first, let's take care of the slime.
I'll keep this close.
Okay. Oh. Oh, maybe activate? Okay, let's go. Okay, come on. Here we go.
nature. Don't get too close.
Is this an answer from this world?
Oh, and a teleport point. Okay, let's see. Oh. Oh, that was easy. Okay, let's see. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait, right. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I could see the thing. Oh, that was weird. What's this? Oh gosh, there's these things.
Into the wind.
Take this!
What? Wait, what am I? Oh, did I? Okay, I was like wondering what I was seeing like pop up here, and I think the Animo Swirl got the thing that's below this platform to come up a little bit.
Is this an answer from this world?
Terrain conch container. Oh. What's this? Okay. Oh, Hydraculus. Let's go. There you go. What's this? Ancient notes. Though it's a shame, we'll have to miss it. I was looking forward to Coppelius's new work. Ever since he was a child, he's always been incredibly talented. Out of consideration for everyone's safety, it has been decided that the Institute shall close. Driven by the energy and vigor of youth, the young ones are clamoring to go out and do battle. I hope someday they will understand the importance of prioritizing post-disaster reconstruction over marching off to die. Oops. I fear that it shan't be long before we must depart. We have chosen a good piece of land near the Fountain of Lucine as the post-relocation site. They even say they want to use the land to build an opera house. They'd sooner set faces aflame with shame and laughter. To think that anyone could be so comical. We're going to pay our respects at Basil's grave. I hope it all turns out like Emmanuel said. However, it's the Institute's responsibility to support gifted and talented youths. Met with the newly appointed Eudex. He has a peculiar temperament. Seems much more reliable than Leon and those other clowns. If all goes well, it has the potential to completely revolutionize our understanding of Clockwork Mecha. The proposed methodology and plan are reliable. Worth paying more attention. The results of early phases have been satisfactory. We will increase our investment. Carter's leave requests have been increasing in frequency. Better have someone keep an eye on him. He may be having financial difficulties. Not like it's possible for it to be a family matter. After some consideration, I've decided to enroll them and temporarily assign them to the same lab. However, I'm concerned about the impact of their joining after allaying on the mental state of others. Must keep careful watch. Still unconscious during the visit, so couldn't speak. Decided to take a blood sample and see if there's a cure, or a way to mitigate it. Although the proposed research plan is expected to face challenges in obtaining recognition, I believe it holds significant practical value, so it justifies approval. Toxins remain in the soil and water and have not yet been fully neutralized. The water is producing deformed oceanids. In a way, this could be a reflection of previous events. I only just learned that these are Carl's adopted children. It's a shame the Narcissa and Cruz Institute no longer exists. This could be the biggest breakthrough in a century. It will change all of society. The report mentioned abnormal movements. I'll have to find a chance to talk to Emmanuel about it. Interesting lore. So these notes are about 500 years old or something. Just like an estimate, because as far as I know, okay, the Udex is referring to the Chief Justice. That's like an alternate.
I'll keep this close.
That's like an alternate word, a name of the title, I mean. Okay, they're talking. Okay, Virgil is continuing to be suspicious. Okay. So, yeah, and New Violette has always been the Chief Justice, Udex, whatever you want to say, for a long time. So this is like at least like 500 years ago. Well, it doesn't say, but it's approximately at least like centuries ago. Ancient investigative report. There are suspicions of some sort of association or group activity among the leaders, with a so-called master involved. Whilst they are very vigilant towards external investigations, there is currently no evidence of aggression or any invasive nature. So the case is not being pursued through official investigative channels. Objective remains unclear, and further investigation is required. There is reason to suspect that the Institute may be the hub of these activities. Okay, let's defeat this ruined golem quickly. Oh, and teleport points.
Think you can bully me?
The wind knows me. Fire it up!
Shake your hands! Ha!
Into the wind.
Scratch! Lightning flash!
And that's all the teleport points in these regions. Okay. According to my research, this should be the treasure vault of the Ilia Crucis Forum. The riches we seek should be within. Wow! A treasure vault? But this doesn't look like a vault at all. Where's the treasure? Paimon thought the vault would be full of glittering golden mora, as dazzling as the sun. You should know, my dear friends, that just as the truly wealthy do not flaunt it in anything as shallow as appearances, real treasure... Oh, Paimon knows what you're about to say. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way. I was about to say that the real treasure is not so easily revealed. But you're also exactly right, Paimon. I have to say, I could have never come up with something so wise and philosophical. Regardless, the purpose of our expedition is to uncover the treasure the Institute has hidden away for centuries. And I am convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that the treasure is hidden in this room. So let's hurry up and get in there and find it. Are you sure? Paimon doesn't see anything in there besides a few broken rune mechanisms. Your words wound me, my friend. We're partners who are seeking the Institute's long-lost treasure together. Do you really doubt me? Okay, so is this a forum or an institute? About that. Let's just say that different records refer to it differently. But my dear Aya, the name isn't the important thing. We should keep our eyes on the prize. What we are talking about isn't merely a matter of hundreds of thousands or even millions of mora, but a vast sacred trove of hundreds of millions of mora sleeping within the vault. Hundreds of millions of mora? And there are other priceless items in the vault too, like there's the all-powerful Lilia Cruz's holy sword, which can pierce through armor and destroy the soul itself. A magical item powerful beyond compare. Wow! Paimon had no idea. And it's all in this vault? Precisely. And if you ask me, every moment that we spent bantering here increases the risk of us being beaten to the treasure by all sorts of scrupulous ruffians who will stop at nothing to steal it. We can't let that happen. It's our treasure. See, you get me. Then in that case, Aya and Paimon, please go forth and recover the treasure. I'll make sure to watch the rear. Treasure, here we come. Or, let's just go. What's the worst that could happen? What are you saying, Aya? If we don't beat the bad guys to the treasure, they might try to take it from us, or force us to split it with them. I'm not worried about that. Paimon understands. You're worried the vault might be protected by some sort of mechanisms, right? Yeah, there are always traps at the end. Virgil? Oh, what's wrong, Aya? Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. I'll leave the rear to you. Don't worry, I won't let anyone get through. Oh, and please let me know when you find the treasure. Yeah, this is definitely the, Okay, if I read one of the documents right, it's basically the original Fontaine Institute of Research, or Research Institute, whatever it's called. And, you know the boxes in the sky that we saw, like, in this direction? That's, where they are now. Well, that's where the Institute is now. But now that you mention it, this Lilia Cruz's forum really did a lot of research, didn't they? We saw so many cameras along the way. They were probably used to record... They were probably used to record the results of their experiments, right? And there's also a notebook here, too. Let's see. Yep. It's hard to make out a lot of the words. It says, when something goes out of control, breaks something else, something something, so damage can be controlled. Sure hopes this ruin thing isn't going to suddenly stand up. It's just a ruin grater. We can handle it. Paimon's not worried about you being strong enough. Paimon's just scared that you'll break the treasure in the middle of the fight. We don't even know if there's a treasure here to break. There has to be. There is, right? Well, considering a lot of points, I'm pretty sure it's not real. Especially since this is the Institute, most definitely based on the notes. Another ancient log. It seems the ordinary dowry machines can no longer satisfy him. As a result, the director used national resources to obtain something truly horrifying. Rumor has it that someone was nearly killed. I hope this will help him achieve his research objectives. They even got him some rare dowry mechanical parts being studied by Sumeru researchers as part of the package. Things went out of control for a third time. Guillotine may be willing to risk his own life, but that doesn't mean the rest of us feel the same. I came up with an emergency damage control strategy, and I hope we won't need to use it before he finishes his kinematics research. However, given his personality, it seems unlikely that he'll ever truly complete that research. It seems that his experiments into machines were intended to create a mechanical dog as proof of his accomplishments in kinematics and material science. It's actually a good idea and could be showcased in the city, and the creature is much more personable and likable compared to the automated turret next door. At least he lived long enough to be poached by the Marichase hunters. It wasn't easy for us to survive this long either, but what will we do with this blasted crazy killing machine that can repair itself? Whatever, that's a problem for future generations. Oh, what's over here? Oh, just a mushroom. This machine, why does it look kind of familiar? I think we've seen it before. Well, since this order brought all kinds of mechanisms from other nations to this place, this is probably something they hauled over from some distant ruin as well. Paimon just had a really scary thought. What if the so-called treasure is just our research findings and has nothing to do with Piles of Mora at all? Knowledge has value too. Yeah, you're right, Aya. But Paimon still wants Mora. If we had hundreds of millions of Mora, we could build a pretty house and invite all our friends over, just eating great food and having fun day after day. And this one. Okay. There's a glass wall here, and it seems like there's a bunch of water behind it. Look, there are cracks in the glass. Ah, that looks dangerous. If the glass suddenly breaks, who knows where we'll get swept off to. Let's find the treasure quickly and get the heck out of here. very sorry. I made a terrible mistake. It was only during our expedition that I realized this wasn't the former grounds of the Ilia Crucis Forum, but rather the ruins of the Institute of Natural Philosophy. There's no treasure here, but there are lots of experiments on machinery and energy. And now, my dearest friends, another experiment is about to begin. As for treasures, it would be wrong to say there aren't any at all here. As seasoned adventurers, I'm sure you've accumulated quite a bit of mora and other precious items over the course of your journey. I will return after the conclusion of the experiment to collect the treasures you are sure to leave behind. Ah, don't you worry, my friends. I'll be sure to put them to good use. Rachel, you lied to us. Oh no, who would have guessed? I'm not surprised at all. I figured he was going to do something like this. So you knew and still decided to step into my trap? You're the kind of person I despise the most. So arrogant and disdainful. You blasted fools all treated me like an idiot. Even a couple of whatever. According to the records here, this machine is a special rune grader. No matter how good you are, even if you can handle rune guards, you're still only made of flesh and bone. As to what makes it special, I'll leave you to find out in your own good time. Goodbye, my dear partners. Get ready.
I'm gonna guess this might have to do with what the notes said about the like self-healing.
Also, didn't we take care of one of these before? Oh yeah, was it in the...
Okay, yeah, this definitely ties into the ties into the what's it called?
Shake it and stir!
Check this out.
Ha!
Basically ties into the storyline from the Oasis area.
Scratch that! Lightning slash! Where'd that come from? Think you can bully me?
One with nature.
Yeah, the self-healing.
So, should we break the glass or something? I don't know.
Uh-oh. I don't like the skill.
There you go.
Shake it and stir!
Fire it up.
Take this! Scratch that!
Into the wind.
Shake it and stir!
Oh, the music's really nice. Yeah, there you go. Break the glass wall.
Okay, so the rune grader got damaged by the water.
Oh, we're going somewhere.
rising water levels. Was it brought up that, like, the rising water levels was recent? Well, then again, obviously it had to happen over the course of time. I'm just thinking about, like, much earlier in the Earth Conquest. And, oh. It is interesting to think about, like, the whole prophecy thing. It makes me excited for, like, the next update to see what's next and see how things will go. And, Oh! Oh, and also I got that one quest available now for the event. I'll do that later. Okay, so now we're here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, it wasn't even the teleport point anyway. Ah, here we go. Yeah, we went through this entire path. Oh, I still haven't found the things yet. Oh, let's go back because I want to get the Oculus. Oh, this is where we must have gone. Yeah, that's where we went. Okay, I still have to find the last 2 pages somewhere. Okay. And that was the last Hydroculus in this update. Oh, these 3 areas. Combined. What? I just pressed read. Encyclopedia of Natural Philosophy. Oh! Okay, so this is where a lot of things will tie together. Okay, which one should I do first? On or Seymour? Let's do this one. Unfinished story. Oh yeah, and also there is another quest that I'll have to find. But let's do these 2 first. I did not expect this. Okay. Okay. Unfinished story. Talk to An. The story continues. For An, please keep going. Although we might accidentally activate both of these at once. Okay.
Wow, what is this place? Paimon's dizzy from that whole getting sucked into the books thing. I remember this place. I know it. This is the Narcissyncrus Ordo. It sure does feel like we've been transported to all sorts of strange places under weird circumstances after meeting An, huh? Sorry, Paimon. Oh, it's fine. Paimon's not blaming you. She just thinks, that Fontaine really is a magical place. Still, this is the Narcissyncrus Ordo. Sounds like an organization that people from the kingdom would set up in a different country. The method of entry was pretty interesting too, huh? It was just like that picture book in the Anapasis. We read and read, and then we ended up somewhere else. That makes this place something like a secret base, doesn't it? We don't even know where it really is either. Are you feeling more calm now, An? Yes, much better. Thank you, Night Aya. Or should I drop that title? It was all fake after all. Don't say that, An. But On the contrary, your story has only just begun. Or, our story has only just begun.
Aya's right, you know. We've still got a whole bunch of adventures waiting up ahead for us. Ahem. And how shall one proceed in peace of mind without a reliable knight at hand? Oh, lovely maiden. You're getting tired, Paimon. Come on! Paimon was just trying to encourage on. You're quite the knight yourself, Paimon. You're positive, and you've got a good heart. It makes me happy, truly. Oh, come on. Why are you getting so serious all of a sudden? You're just less powerful than Knight Aya, that's all. Everyone's got things they're good at. Aya's got a good brain and sword arm, and Paimon...
Oh, our options. A powerful eater? Has powerfully white hair? Is a powerful giver of nicknames? You really are impressive, Paimon. See... You've cheered on up already.
Yes, you truly are impressive, Paimon. You too. And here Paimon thought that you tried to tease her or something. You're weird. Yep, both of you. But that aside, didn't you say before that the Narcissus Ordo has deep links with the past on? That's why we came in the first place. Yes. However, my head's still a complete mess. That's true. Paimon knows. Let's put what we've discovered together real quick. When we were exploring the Anaposis. Oh boy. Paimon's head's a mess too. Any ideas, Aya?
Let's discuss on.
Right. Paimon's been thinking about that too. Marion said that your birth was a beautiful accident. What does that mean? I think it might simply be that my birth was a coincidence. Just as she said, I am someone she dreamed of, the form she took in the dream. The things we experienced together were also part of the tale in the dream. If it hadn't been for you, that dream might never have ended. Or perhaps it might have ended, and I might have disappeared with the happily ever after. I can't be sure. That's true. Now that Paimon gets it,
This means that Marianne is also an Oceanid.
eh?
And On was created from Marianne.
Eh? Eh? That's what I believe as well. And if that's the case, the things I remembered during our journey should have been her memories. Or so I think.
Your knowledge and experience cannot exceed that of the main body. But when you met her, you also became your own entity. Without a main body to restrict and control you.
So, become the master of your own fate. Her last words to me. Oh, okay, Paimon gets it now. So that means that Petit Show, Al, and the others are creations just like you, right? I believe that to be the case, yes.
In that case, who was Marianne really?
This name is very familiar to me, but I cannot recall why. It's like some part of my body has been frozen. Any other thoughts, Saya?
Okay. And also to mention the Oceanid, yeah, that does explain like the food, because we were like, the food tastes like water. And also the
form that she takes, the human form, was similar to the individuals, the people that we met in the 3.8 event as well.
Anyways, let's discuss the Narcissus and Crozordo. Alright, I now have a lot of thoughts on the matter, memories and emotions. When those two children brought me here, it was a lovely place. Everything was new and shiny, just as before. They were vibrant and excited, like the sunlight shining on the water. They told me that this was our new home, and that they'd brought many new friends, that everything could be like they were before. But later, they changed. Some things stopped being the same, and the people here changed too. Though the Narcissus and Cruz Institute of old did not have sunlight, it was very warm, yet this place grew even ever colder. And then... On looks like she's in pain, Aya. Can you recall anything else? Or... No need to push yourself. I'm sorry, Night Aya. As for the rest, each time I try to recall it, I grow very frightened and very sad. This is the best I can do for now. I can sense that many terrible things happened here. I can sense many emotions, rage, terror, but also hope, trust, and admiration. But all of them make me feel a strange sort of pain, like there are all sorts of shards or impurities embedded in my body. I don't want to. I can't. Alright, leave that aside first. There's no need to force it. The more you try to force yourself to remember, the less you'll be able to remember. Any other thoughts? Let's discuss Princess Lyris. I suspect that she was only ever a character in a story. In that tale, we needed to save her and defeat the fell dragon Narcissus. That was my original purpose. All stories must have their origins. Speaking of that, we've heard you mentioned a place called the Narcissus Institute before. So if we go with Aya's logic, the Narcissus Kingdom and Adventure Team might have their stories' origin in the Institute and the Ordo, right? That is possible. It feels like we got our hands on some new clues, but then again, not. Actually, I've recalled something else. I've seen terrifying sights, the primordial waters, the amniotic fluid of the world, and its placenta devoured to the last. The world fell into utter darkness. Never again would the cool spring water flow. I saw that once, or perhaps I saw that in the future. Wait a second. Which are you talking about? The past or the future? I, don't know. Sorry. And thank you, Night Aya, Paimon. Come on, it's fine. We said we were gonna help you. Now, I truly am happy that the two of you are the first two friends I met since I became me. For that, you have my thanks. Pleased to have met you too, An. Don't mention it. Yeah, why are the two of you being so formal? Isn't becoming friends something that just, happens? When you called out to us and asked for our help, An, that was the moment Paimon thought, that's right, you're our friend, and we've got to help you. Oh, thank you so much, Paimon. Don't be like that, An. If you really want to thank us, then keep your chin up and keep those spirits high. Yes, you're exactly right, Paimon. Besides, I have your help. I shouldn't waste it by standing still. I must recall more and tell you all about it. Not that you have to push yourself too hard to recall the past. It's fine. Just as Marianne dreamed of a past tale, and the tale gave birth to me, I will also rest. In dreams, I might be able to recall more things. Perhaps there might be lovely things there too. If I do recall some, you'll be the first to know, Night-Aya, Paimon. Got it. Alright then. Good night, On. Indeed. Good night.
Aww. So I want to take a picture of this area real quick, especially since we can take out the camera. I always do this. Okay. Oh, this looks pretty. Actually, let me turn the camera a little bit.
There we go.
Wait.
Should I...
Oh, that looks nice too. Oh, that looks really pretty. Okay, I'll save this one.
Oh, there's On.
Okay, let's go. Okay. We have to go over there. Nine? Wait, how many pages of enigmatic pages are there? I thought there were 8.
On. Oh.
Oh, there's the chest.
Oh, hello. So this is the Narcissus in Crazordo. Recording. This location and data regarding it have been recorded in my storage unit. We've been here before. The Marianne you're looking for probably isn't here. But we might still find some clues that we didn't before. Did you remember anything useful upon arriving here, Seymour? Negative. The newly recorded information is pending further analysis and organization. No effective conclusion possible at present. Huh? Then, are we gonna have to wait for a long time until... Affirmative. Record space collation starting. Total time required. Unknown. Interactive functions will cease temporarily while this is ongoing. Wait, hold on a second first. Roger. Interrupting space collation process. What instructions, Miss Aya, Miss Paimon? Come to think of it, we don't know a lot about you either, Seymour. All we know is that your master is in Mamere, but is someone named Marianne. Affirmative. Miss Marianne is my master. According to my standard deduction module, the odds of finding clues as to her whereabouts here are high. We know, you said that before too. But it felt like there were some more basic questions we hadn't answered yet. Now seems like a good time, right? If you could tell us a bit more about yourself and Marianne, we might be able to better help you. Of course, kind miss. So, Aya, what would you like to ask? Tell us about yourself, Seymour.
Oh gosh, what was that? Okay, the camera just shook. I don't know why it did, but it did.
I am prototype 4ACV07, designed by to accompany and protect my master, Miss Marianne. Paimon didn't get a word of that. It's my creator. I am equipped with the most advanced optics, memory storage unit, logic unit, and various functional modules from the Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy.
That was clear as mud, but it sure sounds impressive.
The more impressive the equipment, the harder it might be to fix once broken. Note: regular record space collation can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively.
So basically, before you've done your collation thing, there's some stuff that you can't tell us even if you knew, right?
Affirmative. More precisely, grasp, information regarding, can be extracted using, This allows me to keep a log of Miss Marion's daily life, and also act as an agent's assistant.
Are you serious? The important bits all got cut off.
What's an agent's assistant? An agent refers to a member of the Marichosi Phantom who undertakes investigations. In this context, assistant refers to Seymour, prototype 4ACV-07 itself. So Marion was a Marichosi Phantom agent. Affirmative.
Wait, if that's who she is, wouldn't looking for official records help us find her faster? Why do we need to come here?
Miss Marion's role as an agent was not publicized. Additionally, the case she investigates has to do with, it is, performed at the direction of, as such,
Seymour, you're breaking down again, aren't you?
Note: regular record space collation can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively.
Let's just ask a different question, shall we?
Why does the camera do that? I noticed that it's been doing that weirdly when I did the one quest on my own time, and I'm like, okay, I'm not imagining it. This is weird. Okay. Tell me about the Narcissan Cresordo.
Oh. Can we really find clues about Marion's whereabouts here? You've never been here before, right? So why do you think we'll find clues here?
My latest records indicate that the last records before meeting Miss Mamere were those of myself executing a specific process. This process was the capture of fugitive elements from the Narcissan Crow's Ordo. Miss Marion was also executing this process. As her companion and guard, I followed her into Elenes. There, we encountered members of the Narcissan Crow's Ordo, including Jacob Ingold, a core member of said Ordo.
So he was a member? And Marion was pursuing him.
Affirmative.
Well, I guess there really was some relation there, then. Yeah, we should have captured Jacob and questioned him. Paimon wonders if you'll come back here. If we ever meet again, we're gonna have questions for him.
He doesn't seem like the sort who will simply answer questions if asked.
If all else fails, we can just, go good cop, bad cop on him. There's gotta be some way, or else we're stuck waiting for Seymour to recall stuff.
You mean when I complete my record space collation, Miss Paimon?
Those things are basically the same.
Okay. Tell me about your latest records. A fierce battle against the members of the Ordo broke out within Elenes. My storage unit encountered an error due to massive trauma. We must foil the Ordo's plans. To that end, Jacob Ingold, must be stopped. Due to Miss Marion. You'd best take a break. Your words are most considerate.
Seems like we're gonna have to wait for you to do that collation thing, Seymour. But whatever the case,
Jacob was trying to do something bad inside Elena's, while you and Marianne were trying to stop him, right? Affirmative. Your summary is overly simplistic, perhaps, but it is basically the truth, Miss Paimon. If we only have this information. Finding Marianne might be somewhat difficult. Doesn't seem like we've got other options beyond waiting for you to do that record collation of yours, Seymour. Affirmative. My calculations indicate that this is the approach with the highest success rate. But it'll take a lot of time, won't it? If you wish, I can estimate the amount of time required. Processing time required. Unknown. Yeah, no need for this estimation stuff then. Well, Paimon's done asking Seymour questions now, but boy has she still got some for you. Aya, you promised you'd explain, didn't you? Okay, I didn't stash any snacks away without your knowledge. There wasn't a good time to have this conversation earlier. But there's no one to disturb us now, and Seymour's, well, a related party, right? No time like the present, then. So that's a thing that happened. Paimon thought you'd gotten sick or something when you started saying all that weird stuff. Well, it's good to know that you're fine. By the way, Seymour, leaving you here to perform your record collation wouldn't be a problem, would it? Oh, hello. Huh? On, you're awake. Oh, good morning, Paimon. Night, Aya. Oh, yes, let Paimon introduce you. This is On, an Oceanid and a friend of ours. On, this is... I know. You're the silly dog Seymour. Huh? I like the relevant data. I do not believe we have had the honor of meeting, Oceanid On. I've never met you before either, but I was sure of it the moment I saw you. You must be Seymour. What's going on here? This must be... No, I don't know either. I feel strange. Note, regular record space collation can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively. Anyway, let's bring you up to speed. So, Seymour is searching for Marianne. No wonder that name felt familiar. The person Seymour mentioned and is looking for is also named Marianne. Note, regular record space collation can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively. Hey! Paimon's had it with you, you silly dog. According to what Seymour said before, they can't be the same Marianne, right? The timing. Based on your statement, may I deduce that you have met someone named Marianne in the past? Or perhaps read or heard about such a person from sources apart from myself? Well, that was her name, that's for sure. You know what? Let's do it like this. We can call the Marianne in the Anapausis Marianne 1. And the one you're looking for, Seymour, can be Marianne 2. Negative. The Miss Marianne I am searching for is of a higher sequential priority. To prevent confusion, she should be Marianne 1 instead. Huh? Why don't you look at it this way, Seymour? 2 is bigger than 1. Doesn't that make it pretty good too? Your claim. Sorting data fragments. Looks like he stopped functioning again. Silly dog. Aw, Paimon didn't think you had any mean bones in you On, but you sure do. I don't know why, but I suddenly felt compelled to do that. Preliminary data fragment sorting complete. For the following 15 reasons, Oceanodon, I assess that your perspective is illogical. Firstly, alright, that stuff doesn't matter. Come, good doggy, sit. Understood. Why? If you sit, we'll be able to improve photo-taking stability, right? Yes. Do you need to take a photo, Oceanod? Oceanid on. I am equipped with the most advanced optics from the Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy. I can... Oh, there's no need, but thank you. Understood. Wow, Seymour's getting played left and right over here. Let's call a quick halt, please. Do you want to go to the Anapauses, Seymour? Yeah, that way you can meet that Marianne and see if she's the one you're looking for or not. What do you say makes sense, Paimon? Affirmative. A reasonable suggestion. Well, then let's go. Actually, Night Paimon, I don't think we'll need to trouble you this time. I can show Seymour the way. Are you sure you'll be fine? Or... Take care now. Yes, I know Seymour's very reliable. That's right. Let's meet up here later, shall we? And that was the quest. We have these as well. Key to someplace in the Institute. Oh, and another conch. Oh, feels like something goes here. Ow, my toes. Ouch. I'm sitting on my... Okay, I'll deal with this later. Okay. Well, that was the quest. Okay, make sure I'm not missing anything. I still have to find more pages. Okay, first let's get out of here. Okay, I also had to double check some quests. I definitely know there's one somewhere. But I also had to find the rest of the pages so I could do the enigmatic pages stuff. Okay, come on, load. Okay, we're back here. Oh, we have another book icon. Okay, we could go there. Okay, let's focus on the small things first. Oh. Ah! Okay, I'll have to double check to make sure how many enigmatic pages there are. Because I thought there was like a total of 8 and I'm just missing the 3. But it turns out there's a 9. Wait. No, that's not 9. That's 11. Yeah, this is 11. Roman numeral 11. Is it? Wait, no. What? Wait a minute. How many pages are there? Okay, I miscounted. To be fair, I'm not an expert with Roman numerals, so... Okay, I guess we have to find them all. Oh, first...
I'll keep this close.
Okay, there's 6. Okay, let's go see this one. Oh dear. You know what? I'll read this. Oh, it mentions the name Agaria again. Okay. Oceanids are beautiful creatures nurtured by the land of Fontaine. According to legend, the gentle Agaria shed the first tear, from which the first Oceanid was born. Some say that Agaria felt great sympathy for dragons, and others say she felt great sadness over the eventual fate of humanity. Now, all that we have left is a metaphorical representation whose true meaning remains unclear. The lizard's bones dissolved into mud, from which swans emerged. The newly born Oceanid was bestowed with the task of comprehending all forms of life, to seek an understanding of the diverse array of species, and to love every creature. It emerged from the sea of life, possessing the power of metamorphosis. Agaria wished it to use this power to etch the essence of living creatures into its being, and it gradually developed a yearning for life. Once it gained enough understanding of humanity, it shed its first tear upon the earth. We have used she to refer to the first and her lineage ever since. This is the origin of Oceanids. A small addendum. Perhaps you believe that this kind of document has no scientific value, asserting that physical evidence and records suggest that the origin of Oceanids predates Agaria and the even earlier realm of Remuria. And you reckon that only evolutionary diversity of forest pigs, field tracking research on geographical distinct forms counts as genuine research. So I have a question for you. Do you dare to explore our own origins? The gods unleash thunder in anger, and goddesses cry oceans in sorrow. These things are real. Oceanids display considerable disparities in cognitive capacity, partially due to differences in lifespan resulting in very different levels of experience and knowledge regarding the world. But substantial individual variation in the Oceanids themselves also contributes to this phenomenon. Some Oceanids are simply too obtuse to complete tasks related to the continent's water systems, and are thus confined to Fontaine, where they assist in soothing human emotions. Okay, the increase in the number of Oceanids we have previously considered breeding, proliferation, and reproduction, but none are suitable terms, does not require any pairing off or matchmaking. After gaining sufficient understanding and emotion, they approach the Hydro Archon or an elder for permission to claim, a thing, which results in their division into little Oceanids. This thing is highly abstract, and in order to make its name more comprehensible to humans, we refer to it as a helix split. However, what it is exactly remains unknown. Some believe it could be a drop of pure water essence, nurtured by the emotions and intelligence of the parent, eventually giving rise to life. Others speculate that it might be a single sound, a name, possibly even a forbidden utterance, capable of stirring the cycle of elemental forces and drawing on the desire that doesn't exist with the pure water bodies of Oceanids, allowing new life to be attracted into the world. Still, others propose that it serves as a permit, granting permission for the dreams and desires within Oceanids to be bestowed with a new name, much like the names of childhood dreams throughout the ages. However, this is a story between Oceanids and humans have no hope to know it. The propagation of all Oceanids needs to be officially registered. If something were to happen to Agaria, no disrespect intended, may she keep some blessings for herself. The Oceanid elders will also ensure the continuation of their species. But in the event of a more calamitous occurrence, what will happen to the Oceanids? Interesting. The lore for Fontaine is really interesting. Okay, let's, there we go. So I could stop seeing that in the corner. Is that it? Yeah, that's it of this. Wait, is there anything there? No, otherwise there would be a pathway. Wait, let's go back up real quick.
Yeah, very interesting. Oh yeah, also Agaria is the voice we heard in the Final Feast video. The one who was... I forgot the exact line, but it's like everyone sit... What was it? Like, everything will go in water, everything has sin, or something. I don't know. I don't want to pull up the video right now because I don't know. Kind of mix of laziness and also, I would have to, you know, set things up a little bit. But it's interesting to think about. Oh yeah, but anyways, the point I'm making. So we heard Agaria in the video. And based on speculation, and this is also my own speculation here, I personally think Agaria could be the previous Hydro Archon. With the point of like why I think so being the Oceanid's origins. Again, this is a theory, we don't know yet. Future updates will probably reveal it to us anyway. Because okay, so it's basically saying Agaria is the one that pretty much created the Oceanids. And when the previous Hydro Archon died and Farina took over, the Oceanids basically were like, no, we don't want to follow you. Oh, here's the key. And basically the Oceanids don't want to follow Farina. And basically, like, it made me think that the Oceanids, like, okay. Actually, no. It basically made me think Agaria could be the previous Archon because, like, you know, created the Oceanids. And the Oceanids don't follow Farina because probably doesn't have the same power. I mean, oh. Steady and stable? Huh, what is this? It's one of these things from the chasm. And these things too. Enigmatic page 5. How many do I have of this? 4, 5, 6. Go straight to 11? 12 and 13? I am definitely missing a lot then. Oh, unless...
A reward on the road.
8. Okay. Oh, another ancient log. My gosh, there is so much lore here. Okay, hopefully at some point I'll probably find a video that pretty much explains this all, like, very well. But for now, I will probably have to read a bunch of stuff to figure it out. Okay, ancient log. Anyway, when it comes down to it, our research directions are different. So I applied for a new research lab with the director. But there's nothing for it anyway. Elaine is incredibly intelligent, but he only trusts himself, and doesn't trust our observations or accomplishments unless he reaches the same conclusions through his own calculations. Well, it's okay, since Elaine is making the world a better place in his own way. I trust him, because this is the world that An lives in. Even though the Institute is full of people, I don't have many friends besides Carter. It feels like everyone kinda dislikes us. Ren managed to acquire something powerful to research. Apparently, these appeared after the disaster, and are very dangerous for most people. But I feel okay. Maybe my constitution really has gotten a lot better. I helped Ren out. When I visited him, I found out that he also attended Narcissenkra's Institute. We didn't tell him about the vice director abandoning us, or it would have made him sad. If only we could... Oh gosh, my cords. If only we could have helped him just like I was helped.
After discussing it with Ren, he finally agreed to give it a try. He said since it's dangerous, everything needs to be made clear to Carter. And he must make the judgment himself as it concerns his own life. But if it's successful, then he'll survive just like I did. Huh. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, what's going on here? Oh, and we're here.
I really am so invested in what's going on here.
There's so much to think about. Wait.
Oh wait, no. I just saw the entrance to where I was previously. I got confused.
Oh yeah, there is another quest to do, but for the time being, I want to keep looking around for now.
So I'll go to the quest a bit later.
Oh. Okay. Oh, right, achievements.
Okay. Okay.
Find a more special subject of the Institute of Natural Philosophy study.
Interesting.
Oh. Oh, right, the teleport points, yeah. Okay, let's see. Is there more I can check out? Let's see. I want to find the last few pages.
Okay, we did look here. Yeah, there's this, but it's
It's not exactly explorable.
it's more like just a pathway.
Okay, let's see. Actually, let's go back here.
I want to double check something.
Okay, let's see. Do a little more exploration. There's more conches.
Oh gosh. And more of these.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's something else. Okay, from checking the wiki, page 7 and 9 are in the Anapasis. And there apparently is no page 10, which is interesting. And apparently it doesn't exist. So I'm only missing these 2 pages. Oh, and also there is the,
the quest that I have to do. Wait, where do I find these characters? I mean, NPCs? Okay, I think I can find them, but first let's go find those last 2 pages. So they're over here, apparently. If I could see. One is in the corner somewhere. And the other is like on top of the building. According to the wiki. Let's go to the top of this. So apparently over here. Do I see a shiny point? I can't tell. Oh, I see a shiny point. Okay. Oh! Oh, and also this. Yep, there's page 9.
A reward on the road.
And, where is the other one? Number 7. It's around here somewhere. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can see a match to the picture. Maybe I should teleport here so I could get a better vantage point. Okay, let's see. Okay, where is this one? It's apparently around here. I'm trying my best to find this and it's not working. Oh, is it over here? I don't know if I missed this. Is it this? Ah, there we go. Okay, I did miss it when I was checking around this place the first time. Okay, that is it, right? I have all the pages. Okay, double checking. Yep, the number is up to 13 minus page 10. Okay, I do have all the pages now. However, before that, let's talk to... Okay, I have to talk to 2 NPCs to start a quest that's related to the one we did today. I mean, at the start of the stream. Okay, could they be here, or do I have to find them? Because I technically did find them at some point. I just simply didn't start the quest. Oh no, they're right there. Okay, so basically to explain why I said that, I apparently was like swimming around here and I saw 2 NPCs. Also, for some reason, there's like a little pixel. What? Whatever. So basically I was like around here and I saw 2 NPCs in a boat and they had question marks. So, yeah. Okay, hello, you 2. Oh gosh. Now, this is a most serendipitous meeting. Won't you agree, my dear Luca? Who are you? Apologies. Look at me, beginning a conversation without even introducing myself. I am Sunny, the one they sometimes call the White Glove. My friend here is Luca the Fisherman. He is pretty famous in certain circles. Ah, hello. Paimon is... It's most alright. I know that you are Paimon, and this blonde traveler is Aya. Huh? You know us already? But of course. It's just that before today, my knowledge of you was much like my knowledge of the Chief Justice. In other words, I knew of you, but you did not know of me.
With your fame and accomplishments, it is only natural that news of your arrival would reach us as soon as you stepped foot in Fontaine. We're that famous? You're too humble. How should I put it? To certain people, your arrival in Fontaine would be as if someone had just set off a bomb on the stage of Opera Epiclese. Okay. Of course, I mean this is in only the most positive way. Don't you agree, my dear Luca? But how can a bomb go off? But how can a bomb going off ever be a good thing? I'm not very good with words. How would you put it, my dear Luca? Lenny and Lynette's magic show, blasting everything wide open to accomplish the impossible. Spine-tingling experience. Precisely. See, I would have never thought to put it like that. If you say so. Why are you called the White Glove, though? Paimon doesn't see your glove at all. Oh, now that's a hard question. How should I explain? Imagine, if you will, that you're wearing a white glove. If something dirty were to get on your hand, then a dark mark would be left on the glove. My duty would be to find that dark mark and remove it from view. So you're something like a cleaner? Exactly, my dear Paimon. See, I was never able to secondly summarize the nature of my work. So people like you are the reason why the streets of the court of Fontaine are always so well kept and tidy. That's what I like to hear. Yes, you may understand it like that. Okay, that makes sense to Paimon. But why would a cleaner need a knife? You may think of it as a small tool of the trade that we bring out when there are marks that are particularly hard to remove. Got it, thanks. So, is your friend Luca here? Luca the fisherman because he's really good at fishing? That's only a part of the story, I'm afraid. See, there are many kinds of fish in Fontaine as well. And Luca here is really experienced at teaching people to spend some quality time with all the different kinds of fish. Am I right, my dear Luca? Paimon doesn't get it. If that's the case, then... I must say, dear Paimon, that you've really got a knack for asking the most difficult and fascinating questions. It would be most wonderful if we could have a longer conversation where I would be able to answer everything to your full satisfaction. Paimon, it's okay to stop asking. Anything we can help with? You see, we're extremely intrigued by the practice of diving. Fontaine's waters are full of priceless treasures left by nature and our ancestors alike. We heard that you had made a good friend recently, and even went for a dive with him. Your powers were such that you didn't even need to use any diving equipment. Isn't that right, my dear Luca? You want to ask about Virgil? Yes, we want to ask about Virgil. Virgil, that liar and traitor! Just remembering him makes Paimon mad. You recount your experiences with Virgil to Sunny the White Glove and Luca the Fisherman. I see. Thank you for telling us all of this. You're welcome. Paimon hasn't forgotten a single thing about that guy. We are, of course, exceedingly grateful that you were willing to share the whole story with us. However, from my own perspective, I am even more relieved that you do not consider Virgil to be a friend. If that hadn't been the case... maybe I can put it like this. Had you seen him as a friend, things would have become quite awkward for both of us. Isn't that right, my dear Luca? It could make things difficult. I agree. Thank you so much. What are you talking about? They are Virgil's enemies. Ah! Your words wound me, my lovely lady. I have many friends and not a single enemy. Virgil is just one of my many friends. And, speaking of dear Virgil, I think it's about time that we have a serious talk with him. Surely you understand what I mean, dear Aya. Of course, this is also so that we can get back at him for what he's done to you. It's the least we can do for our honored guests, don't you think? Paimon is lost. He's the white glove. That's all you have to know. It's okay to not understand everything, Paimon. Okay. We've already found the stronghold of Virgil and the rest of his friends. Why don't we meet up there? Why do we also need to go? Alright then, let's go.
Paimon wants to talk to Virgil too. He has to make a formal apology to us.
You are too kind. Then let's meet up at our destination. Okay, let's go. Oh, we're going underwater. Okay. Oh! I see where the marker is taking me. It's that shipwreck I saw while exploring. I found it at some point, and I was like, ooh, what is this place? Okay, this will take a while. Oh gosh, the texture just glitched right there. Yeah, I feel like the texture glitches have been happening a little too frequently for me. I don't know if it's my end or I just, like, as in, like, I should verify the files again at some point. Or, just the natural, just natural issues because, you know, so many things in a game, it's bound to happen. I don't know. Have I ever faced similar issues with ESO? I guess so, but it's kind of hard to remember right now. Anyways. Dear Paimon and my lovely lady, this is the stronghold that Virgil has been using as of late. I swear, why is Virgil still not back yet? If he's just gonna keep us waiting, I might not be able to hold myself back from this shipment of synth. It's a synth. Hey, cut it out. That shipment took us an arm and a leg to get. Virgil will have no mercy for you if you were to just take it without his permission. What a pity. It would seem that my dear friend Virgil hasn't returned to the stronghold yet. We can still have a chat with these guys, however.
But it doesn't look like they're in the mood for a chat.
But I think they may change their minds soon enough. What do you think, my dear Luca? No problem.
Hey, are you sure that there'd be no problem? Paimon thinks they'll probably just try to beat you up.
Oh no, you are too considerate, dear Paimon. Something like that would be most unfortunate indeed. For them, of course. Okay, have a chat. Uh-oh. Ah!
The wind knows me.
Oh gosh, I'm stuck.
Lightning slash!
Should replace my armor. Picked the wrong test subject.
Think you can bully?
Take this!
I'm stuck.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage. that noise? Anyways. Please, let me explain. This is all a misunderstanding. Mr. Sunny, you see, we only got into this business because we heard there was more to be made. And since the higher-ups didn't agree, we figured we could just earn the money first, then turn all of the profits over. Yeah, that's exactly it.
He's totally ignoring Paimon.
I have no complaints against the organization, none at all. Oh, right, I was also tricked by these crooks. That's the only reason at all why I did something so foolish. Impressive. Very impressive. Aya, you are every inch as strong as the stories have made you out to be. Don't you agree, my dear Luca? Super strong. Incredibly formidable. Please, if you still remember anything about the time we spent together, Mr. Sunny, Mr. Luca. Please, please no. Luca, our guests are still here. Let's not do anything discourteous that might bring down their mood. Understood.
See the errors of your ways now, Virgil?
Ah, it was my fault. It was all my fault. Please have mercy.
Okay, at least you've admitted that you have done something wrong. Now make sure you won't do it again.
My dear Virgil would never do something like that again. Paimon, Aya, I can promise you that on the honor of Sunny the White Glove, as well as that of my father and son. Let's go, Paimon. What are you going to do now? Life can often become extremely bored when you understand everything in this world. Isn't that right, my lovely lady? And if you must know, we will have a long and very serious chat with him. We will not take any more of your time, however.
Thank you so much, Sunny and Luca. It seems that there are more good than bad people in Fontaine after all.
Farewell, dear Paimon and my lovely lady. I hope there'll come a day when we'll be able to work together again. Oh, that was the quest. Let's see what's going on here. What should we do with you? Sorry. Okay, I'm just skimming through this. Ah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's just leave them alone. Okay, let's go. And now, I want to check this. Actually, first let me go get the reputation rewards so I don't see the notification pop up anymore. Oh yeah, how many? Oh, so close. Ugh. Because I have one more level for the thing, the fountain in this update. Or it's so easy. I have one quest left. I'm not sure if I can find that easily. For now, let me do this. So now I have all the pages available, at least. Because apparently there's no page 10. Okay, let's see. I do want to read the pages that I got already. Begin to meditate. I think meditate is like to go to that other realm, but we'll check. Let me go read the 3 pages I submitted to this thing first. Because I did do this quest on my own and didn't realize that there was like quite a bit going on with it, so let me go read them.
Okay, so we have page 1. Read countless volumes here. It appears that these books were left behind by an ancient order. Kingdoms rise and fall, and when a civilization is annihilated, a new one will be born after from the ashes, which these books refer to as Fortuna. It's somewhat rudimentary, but theoretically at least, it bears striking resemblance to the computational scheme I have formulated and termed World Formula. All the records are blurred with age, but were I able to quantify them to some extent, they could be of use in my World Formula calculations. No matter how many times I derive it, the results remain the same, though this result is not expected. Unlike the world depicted in these ancient texts, there will be no more new civilizations born, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. If it was that sort of power, there might be a chance. And we have this picture here. Here I found the magical techniques left behind by the Golden Troop. They seem to be referred to by various names. I'll go with this one for now. Based on my interpretation, it appears to be known as the Seal of Chemical Marriage and consists of 2 parts. However, it has been weathered too much to decipher any more information. Interestingly, I have encountered similar symbols and documents from the Narcissus Institute archives. They look complicated, yet the underlying principles are quite clear. If the records prove accurate, there are some key locations within the realm remaining. Related records may be found elsewhere as well. I should record my findings here for now, as they may prove useful in the future. Okay, now page 2. Gotta make sure I click the correct options. The pollution of the land and water wrought by the giant beast Elenas seems to have been mostly purified and diluted. However, when it comes to Elenas itself, even the adults seem to be at a total loss. They simply cordoned off the surrounding area. Nevertheless, it was quite easy to sneak in. It felt rather strange, slipping into the creature's mouth, and it reminded me of events from some of the stories I once read. Though I have no substantive evidence, I still sense some sort of will from it. Jacob did too. There were no signs of decay in the flesh. Instead, its body was hardening, as if forming a protective membrane. Given its current immobilized state, it looks like a self-defense mechanism to safeguard its internal organs. But it does make sense, with such a wellspring of vitality. If my deduction is correct, it may also be used to enhance Jacob's strength by following the same principle. However, at this stage, there's no need to subject Jacob to such risk. I should get safe experimental data first through the Institute of Natural Philosophy, and then set specific research objectives. Although, as Jacob mentioned, this may waste a lot of precious time. After all, the flesh of Elenas remains toxic, and the risk if Jacob has returned. He's quite brave, but also an idiot. He didn't give any thought to the possible consequences. We have no one else to rely on now. The data we've collected is still incomplete. Jacob had minor adverse reactions, primarily vomiting, but he recovered quickly and hasn't shown other symptoms in the short term. His mental status and physical status remain stable. It's only possible because Jacob completely trusts me. Our lives are limited. Still, even if it's just for the future, we must find a way to get allies, get stronger, and prevent disaster. Alain has enrolled in the Institute of Natural Philosophy. He should fit right in with his sharp mind. I brought the pocket watch he gave us, and we compared the time only to find there was already a significant discrepancy.
We agreed to meet at the Institute. The brightest minds of Fontaine are gathered there, and we can expect to make huge progress and get much needed help. As for Marianne, just the sight of her fills me with joy. We had a long discussion about the Narcissus Institute, but Jacob was crying through most of it. I didn't tell them about Jacob. It's because Uncle Guillotine, who was with them, is part of the Maison Gardenage. Although he seems to be treating Elaine and Marianne very well, he still can't be trusted. After all, father and mother. It was all the doing of their lackeys and goons.
Okay, page 3.
The tests on Jacob's strength continue. As before, the flesh and blood of the great beast Elenas is being used as nutrition. Jacob seems to have gotten used to it, so there's nothing to worry about anymore. Thus, the adverse reactions observed before may just have been caused by Jacob's feelings of disgust. It's a relief to know that his physical condition hasn't been harmed. Jacob still eats, but only out of habit and no longer as a necessity for survival. But I suppose it's a good thing, because eating together is nice. It suddenly occurred to me that Jam was somewhat similar to the flesh and blood of Elena's, so I made a joke about it. Jacob seemed quite uncomfortable. Why? The results have improved significantly in comparison to previous tests. Perhaps more can be done. Then the next step would be to attempt the opening of a passage. The passage was opened successfully, though it only lasted a short while. During this time, many black monsters that were shaped like dogs emerged. They were very aggressive and terrifying, but thank goodness Jacob was here. Though he was so scared he was crying, he still managed to wipe them out while bawling. These monsters are identical to those we discovered during our desert expedition. However, those were salt gray, stiff, and immobile at the time, so it was relatively safe. I'm certain their properties are nearly identical to those of Elena's. The Conrian records mention passages appearing in large numbers, and numerous dangerous monsters that look like dogs emerging from them. It's very likely that they are the same type. It can be safely postulated that the location these passages link to is full of these monsters, and I shall tentatively call them beastly rifts. Thus these towns may be called rift towns.
Okay, we have more pages. Let's do these one at a time. Let's go in number order. So 4 is what we'll read next. Okay.
I've been assigned to Elaine's lab. That guy only likes things he can figure out completely. If this were a novel, he might be the type of villain who becomes a crazed serial killer just to figure out how the human body works. But he doesn't seem even remotely fazed about such statements. On the contrary, he spoke to us about the similarities and differences between humans and machines, and between artificial intelligence and personality. Uh-oh, this is bad. At this rate, he might really turn into a villain like that. I was disappointed to discover that quality of the people from the Institute is worse than I expected. I expected the people here to be smarter and more open to new ideas than those in high positions outside. But the reality has been infuriating. Or perhaps it would be more appropriate to call it incomprehensible. It stands to reason that a research institution with such vast resources should possess the greatest talent. Elaine's assistant isn't very good, a little stupid even, but at the very least, he is not hostile and doesn't fear us. I'm unable to get the research resources I desire for now, but that isn't a bad thing. Jacob has always been fond of watching him take apart pocket watches and other clockwork devices. The direction of Elaine's research on controlled annihilation isn't bad, and it would be very interesting to figure out the nature of Usia and Numa. After all, as a form of energy localized to Fontaine that has been observed in living organisms, fully researching them might help us understand the difference in nature between the structure of our bodies and that of Carl's. In any case, I must find a way to win over the people here. Though their imagination is limited, it's unpleasant to say so. They have some influence outside the Institute. Their strength and resources must be consolidated to help them. I can use that book to show them what we've experienced. Although they say a single piece of evidence is never sufficient, the change in Jacob fills me with hope. If I can make more people accept this kind of change, then it wouldn't matter even if we came face to face with the apocalypse. Even if our world couldn't even grow mint, we could still survive. And as long as we can survive, we can revive our civilization. That will be the next topic. He called it a field investigation from the higher-ups, but I think Carter just wanted to take us out to have some fun. I wonder when he got to know Marianne. Though it's quite nice because I haven't seen such a carefree smile on her face for a long time. The same goes for Jacob and Elaine. It's like they were back in the Narcissus Institute. Of course, I was quite happy too. Based on the ruins here, it's likely to be related to the Golden Troop. If that is true, the huge stone figures in the ruins may have significant research value as well. I found a damaged map. It may be useful. I just found out about his physical condition. It seems I cannot continue indulging in mechanical research with Elaine, and I must find a final solution as soon as possible, or it will be too late.
Okay, next is 5. I wish these were organized in order, but unfortunately they are not. Okay, page 5.
Elaine made a huge breakthrough. Everyone is discussing Fontaine's energy revolution, but instead of praise, they seem to be more jealousy drifting around the Institute. Although it has nothing to do with me, I'm still furious on his behalf. The adventurer we commissioned found something really valuable. A red gemstone that appeared on the snowy mountains of Mondstadt after the disaster. Its properties are very similar to the flesh and blood of Elena's, verified by Jacob. It's supposedly a product of the Great Dragon's decaying corpse. In order to reduce confusion, it will hereinafter be referred to as Scarlet Quartz. Although it generates heat and has the effect of increasing explosive power, the toxins it contains mean ordinary humans cannot withstand it. With the exception of neo-humans, tentative name, like Jacob. 1, by the way. 2, capable of detoxifying it. None have been found yet. Although another similar discovery is the filth in the great mines of Leah.
Interesting. Gosh, my legs. Ow.
Unfortunately, I've hit a snag in my research. The biggest challenge is how to reproduce results. But if I can obtain sufficient resources, I'm certain I can overcome this. At the very least, the idiots on our side still fear us. The tricks I put Jacob up to were quite effective. Even though it's quite sad that people from an Institute of Natural Philosophy have somewhat turned into believers, at least I can entrust them with simple tasks. Let's use that name to form a society for now. I'll use it as a means to give them organization and a sense of belonging. But Carter is unconscious. I took samples of his blood and skin and got a swift cat's paw to take it to Sumeru to be looked at. Other from observing the problem, the root of the problem cannot be found. It's pointless. Absolutely pointless. Conventional medicine is pointless. I must figure something else out. Jacob's proposal is very dangerous. I must give it more thought. I told Carter everything and had Jacob prove his strength and transformation. I even explained the risk, its historical baggage, and my other objective, to create a second sample that can corroborate the realization of human transcendence via blank, and derive the holistic character and method from it. Carter isn't very good at thinking scientifically, so I used many examples and methods of emphasis, but he seems to have made up his mind from the beginning. Still deteriorating. It seems Jacob's successful integration was an extreme case. Or perhaps he's not himself anymore? I can't be sure. I must continue observing. It can't be a waste. It can't be a waste. Or else it will all have been for nothing, utterly meaningless. I got more materials in an attempt to reverse it. All sorts of relics and biological tissue from after the calamity. I even got my hands on extremely dangerous residue. Nothing worked, but I can't give up. He's still alive right now. At the very least, in this sense, it can continue. It cannot be a waste. He's preserved for now, and further tissue collapse has been prevented. Jacob doesn't tear up at the sight of him anymore, but occasionally, Carter's voice is occasionally heard from. And that's the worst. I've tried cutting out the organs where his vocal cords probably are, but they grow back in 1 to 3 days. Oh god. Elaine and I have completely broken off our working relationship. It's regrettable, but I don't blame him. The most regrettable part is the previous direction was proved to be ineffective, but it wasn't all for naught. Identifying the errors made was the greatest benefit. Due to the short lifespans, the cost of trial and error is very high. On this account, I must thank Carter. So, I must find a way to save him. I must prove that I can do it. Another thing I gained is members of the society have grown more loyal. Aren't I a talented actor? During my discussion with Jacob, I thought of another direction that's worth trying. It may be the solution to everything. Most of the remaining content cannot be deciphered due to the thoughts expressed being utterly incoherent. Okay, so these are after the cataclysm, I'm guessing? I don't know, that's what I keep thinking when there's like calamity or whatever. And like, yeah, like just set after that, basically. Okay, next page. Okay, page 6. Oh, chest. In the expedition to Petrichor and the ruins from before, we discovered origin. It seems that compared to humans, all return to, transcend. Although anti-intellectual and counterintuitive, the ancients succeeded before. Most of the remaining content cannot be deciphered due to the thoughts expressed being utterly incoherent. Okay, I'm pretty sure we heard Petrichor before, but I can't remember the name right now. Like, I can't remember where I heard it before.
A reward on the road.
I'm pretty sure it was mentioned before, but I can't remember it right now, guys. Okay, so page 7. Yeah, we read 6. Okay. It's really nice to see her again, but there's nothing here except water, which is really quite uncomfortable. Actually, I felt the same way when I traveled to Sumeru with Jacob and Carl. Empty buildings feel lonely, yet enduring at the same time. In the apocalypse, stone structures outlive humans a million times over. It's the same here. So, to a certain extent, it's just a bit of apocalyptic scenery. The director has been observing these scenes for so long, so I'm sure she feels much of the same sorrow. I should visit her when I have the time. Build a new home and bring her over? Jacob would be happy too. Jacob left behind a feather ornament given to him by the vice director, the same ornament he'd been keeping carefully. As a result, we never used it as a wand to play any games. I discovered that this place was very likely an ancient facility. If so, I should be able to find useful data. The script's content. I'll visit the director again next time. I heard Marianne will be coming to see her too. It would be nice if we could meet. After all, right now, Elaine is... Okay, next page. 8. Rather than calling it a sword, it should be called a key. It does not belong to anyone, and it just travels from one hand to the next. The wills of countless people will be concentrated. Necessary materials and rituals. It's actually quite interesting. It basically just boils down to a kind of extremely effective witchcraft that takes advantage of the situation. But the reason it is effective is due to the nature of the origin, the primordial. Based on the records, the constituent elements should be a circle of 4 orthents and a tree of emanation. Flows from the roots toward the center of the circle, and the circle encircles the abstract of... It's akin to pie crust and the filling of the pie. A metaphor sure to excite Jacob. We'll need some suitably sophisticated terminology for the layman. Found the ancient seal general location. If the records are accurate, we should be able to confirm the specific site. We should also be able to determine the locations of the 4 constituent elements. For as long as we find one, we can calculate all other nodes. We arranged for members of this society to visit several candidate locations. We should be able to find traces of water and channels of high quality and density. This is just hilarious now. The secrets that ancient civilizations so carefully guarded. What a joke. Turns out we've already been through the same countless times in our youth. The slate replica we discovered supported the calculations. As the prelude to the apocalypse, the sea will. As for rumors about us and oppositions to the society, most of the remaining content cannot be deciphered due to the thoughts expressed being utterly incoherent. Okay. Page 9. Oh, chest. Finally convinced her to follow us to the Gestalt still under construction. She seemed apprehensive, but everything will turn out fine. We no longer have to fear the future. I have a lot of power at my disposal now. I have Jacob, the members of the society, and I generally know what to do. Agreed at last. Now we can obtain the most precious. After all, other than the inferior mutants, you can no longer see the original in Fontaine. I am very satisfied with Jacob's design. The sense of mystery and ceremony is very intense. He may have a real knack for this. The rebuilding of the 4 orthents is near completion, and we have positioned our people based on the locations on the map. Reversing it and adding the power of the sword should be sufficient to control. All of us Fontainians will be able to transcend in this way, shedding the limitations of physical form and separation, and prevent the apocalypse. Got the sword despite the cost. The director's condition is deteriorating. Hope she can hold on. Leaving the pocket watch here, for the time for farewell has come. I'll be the first subject to part, so useless personality can be removed. The process Carter for rebirth. I failed him. Elaine will be impressed with me. Marianne will be delighted. Same with Jacob, since that fellow is like a brother to him. Yeah, everything will get better. So, Jacob, I hope you stop making that face. Farewell. I shall rediscover myself through water, and be reborn through water. This is a tremendous feat that no one else in natural philosophy has ever attempted. If it fails, I won't have to worry about the future anymore.
Okay, for some reason there's no page 10. But we do have 11, 12, and 13. So let's read those. Okay, 11.
Shall be the passage between the primordial and the present. Deconstruct and reverse its utility, and internalize. Use to fully master. Matrimony of chemistry. Bonding of the elements. Circular ruins. Forest in a mirror. Send Lyris and Jacob to... Most of the content has to solve, and is beyond comprehension. So Lyris was an actual person? Oh yeah, we did bring up that the story was based, like, the origins, like, started from the Institute and Ordo.
Oh, gosh, the Melusine scared me.
So the name Lyris is from an actual person. Huh.
I think that's what it's implying there. Okay, page 12.
3 agents have been absorbed to date. Useful skills gained. Discovered from their memories that, regarding the Ordo's existence, the Court of Fontaine has officially... Huh? Interesting. Very interesting mechanism. With the right organ, consciousness can be transplanted. Has the knowledge to operate the mechanism. Understand the general idea after absorption that other than an experimental model, all operated on a simple logic tree. An interesting attempt, but the path he chose was regrettable. Ren would definitely think so. Jacob got emotional because he does not wish to oppose the guillotine siblings. Declined, of course. Elaine Guillotine said before leaving that it seems that there's no going back. Alas, he is only a genius when it comes to machines. And all other things. He is but ordinary. He does not understand the future. He does not even realize that we hit the point of no return long ago. I, however, will create the future. And there will be a place for him and Marion Guillotine in it. Most of the content has dissolved and is beyond comprehension. So Elaine and Marion are siblings. And the last page. Go to Elena's and carry out the above order together. By time. Let us meet again in the new universe and the pure sea of tranquility. Well, that's kind of ominous. And also we got a luxury chest.
Is this an answer from this world?
I'm not quite sure what to make out from, like, that last page, but that's interesting.
Well, that was interesting.
And we can always read the pages again.
Yeah, begin to meditate. Perhaps this can be used to re-enter. Oh yeah, I could,
yeah, let's do that. I want to show you guys this space.
Yeah, we got to this
mysterious location.
Yeah, this place.
Naturally, I have no idea what this is about. But it is interesting. And I remember, okay, I did see a screenshot of this place at one point. And, someone kind of said it reminded them of the Soul Chiron? I forgot the pronunciation. The Soul Chiron, I think, in Skyrim. It kind of reminded them of it, which is interesting.
Anyways, yeah.
And there is a chest here, like some chests I could find. But I'm not gonna do that right now.
How do we get out of here again?
I forgot.
Yeah, but basically, it's like similar to Enkanomia.
Oh, first let me take care of these enemies real quick.
One with nature.
idea to me. Based on the architect and stuff like that. Architecture? I mean... Architect is a person. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it's a very interesting location. Let me get out of here for the time being. I don't want to be here for too long. Also, for some reason, the place doesn't have a map to it. Yeah, it's fine. Anyways. Yeah, and that is it. That I wanted to show related to this. Like, to read all the pages myself. And I think that's it of the world quest. Other than the one I'm missing, which I don't know where I can find it right now. Yeah. Look at my legs. Ow. Anyways, that'll be all for today's stream. So I did some of the remaining world quest in these areas of Fontaine. And there's a lot to the lore with Fontaine here. And it's very interesting. Especially the little bit about the Oceanids, because honestly, the Oceanid lore has been around since what I think is update 1.5, I think? Like from that one little event bringing up the Oceanids and how like they don't follow the current Archon, Hydro Archon. Also, I'm noticing texture is glitching. Yeah, we learned quite a bit. Quite a lot. Oh, let me go to a very specific place to close out. We are going to see some friends. If it loads, please. Anyways, as I do that, yeah, so we learned quite a bit. We did the world quest, set us on the map, which also helps us tie everything together because we gained access to the area that had a lot of the lore in it. And honestly, there's a lot, so it will take some time to process, and I'll probably read up on it to see the connections here and there. And yeah, basically it all ties together, and it's really interesting. And I hope we do get to know who Agaria is, especially since we heard Agaria's voice in the video, the Final Feast. Here's our friends. The otters, they're so cute. Yeah, they're all here. Let's get friends. Hello. Yep, here they are. Oh boy, there's so many of them. Okay. Anyways, and I think that's it. So next time, I'll be doing Linny's story quest. And I can't wait to do it. I've been waiting to do it for like 2.5 weeks now. I wanted to do it sooner, but I kind of want to save it for like next week because I want to get Fremine after I do Linny's story quest. And I think that is indeed it. So anyway, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.